If the UK hasn't been through enough, tomorrow they go to the polls, and it's Prime Minister Theresa May versus Labor leader Jeremy Corbyn. Now, campaigns are always full of foolish insults, but kudos to Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson for keeping us all on our toes.
Mr Johnson has also waded into the election campaign with a personal attack on Jeremy Corbyn, calling him a mutton-headed old mugwump.
Boris did later apologise to mugwumps everywhere, but not before his comments produced this glorious explanation.
Let me assure you that very few native British people know what a mugwump is. According to one dictionary, one of its meanings is someone neutral or independent in politics. And in the fictional world of Harry Potter, a supreme mugwump is also the head of the International Confederation of Wizards.
Yeah, let's just go with Corbyn's a wizard. May boycotted debates, instead opting for media appearances to get her message out.
If I was sitting in Brussels and I was looking at you as the person I had to negotiate with, I'd think, she's a blowhard who collapses at the first sign of gunfire.
Why should the public trust anything you say or any of your policies when you have a known track record of broken promises and backtracking during your time as Home Secretary and now Prime Minister?
You've called a general election for the good of the Conservative Party and it's going to backfire on you.
Ooh, now that is the face of someone thinking, what a pack of mugwumps. Normally, a terror attack helps an incumbent government, but in the PM's case, it's only made things worse.
3 attacks in about 10 weeks, 34 people killed, 216 people injured, and we find out that under the leadership of Theresa May, when she was Home Secretary, she actually cut the police force by 20,000 officers.
Given her record on policing numbers, there have been calls for her resignation. Would you back those calls?
Indeed, I would.
Yeah, well, it'd certainly make winning the election easier, wouldn't it, Jeremy? With the stakes raised from severe to critical, we head to London and welcome Jonathan Pye. Jonathan, welcome.
Me and Charlie, it's like heavyweights, you know. It's like that scene in that movie, you know, De Niro and Pacino, 2 legends sharing the screen. You know, I'm De Niro. No, I'm Pacino.
Sorry, Jonathan, can you hear me? Jonathan?
Yes, sorry. Hello, Melbourne.
Hello, Jonathan. Now, thank you for joining us. How is London holding up?
Oh, yeah, it's pretty good, Charlie. You know, keep calm and carry on. Look, what you have to understand about London is when incidents like this occur, most Londoners' reaction is to ask 3 questions. My God, what's happened? 2, is anyone hurt? And 3, are the buses affected? And if that sounds harsh, it isn't. We carry on with our day as best we can, and, you know, I'm bloody proud of that. Sorry, can't say bloody.
No, hey, it's fine. It's Australia.
Yeah, sweet.
So, Jonathan, you are days out from an election. How has the terror attacks affected the campaign?
Well, Theresa May suspended her campaign for 24 hours, not that you'd notice. Her campaign has mainly been about locking journalists in cupboards and hoping no one realises that she's yet to answer a single question adequately. Jeremy Corbyn suspended his campaign too, if by suspend his campaign you mean blaming Theresa May for the terror attacks and calling for her to resign. All right, mate, calm it.
Well, everyone seems to be blaming each other. Do we know who is to blame?
What, apart from the evil bastards themselves? I can say bastards, right? Yeah. Who's to blame? God? I'd quite like a word with him because I'm convinced he's involved. Look, this is the problem. When someone is running around stabbing people whilst shouting about God, then you have to conclude that it's got something to do with God. But people feel uneasy talking about this. These extremists are not representative of Islam, but it's not connected. Ignoring the religious element isn't helpful in my view. Sensitive topics need more discussion, not less. And the less we talk about this, the more the racists and the bigots use it to smear all Muslims and attack immigration, which is exactly what the terrorists want to achieve.
And to divide our society.
No, I don't buy that, Charlie. They don't want to divide us, they want to kill us. All. They want to divide our heads from our bodies. That's it. They hate everything and everyone in our society, including Muslims.
All right, so what's the answer then, Jonathan?
Well, we need people to feel comfortable having a serious, civilised debate around divisive issues. When people feel they can't express their opinion for fear of looking like a bigot, look what happens. You get Brexit, or worse still, Donald Trump. Trump used this latest attack to take a pop shot at the Mayor of London hours after 7 of its citizens had been murdered, and then used it to score some cheap points about gun control. I don't offend easily, but that orange sack of dicks needs to wind his flabby orange neck in.
Yeah. We are live, Jonathan, actually. Yes.
Dude, if I can say bloody, I can get away with sack of dicks, right?
Sure. Now, the animosity of the election is in stark contrast to the One Love concert that Ariana Grande staged in Manchester. Did you watch the concert?
You know, I'm in two minds about the One Love concert. Part of me thinks it's too soon, but the other part of me thinks it was a great thing to do. If only because the one thing that appears to piss fundamentalist arseholes off the most is teenage girls dancing to pop music. If those deranged pricks hate it, then I'm all for it. And they are pricks, Charlie. They are is what they are. Murdering Stop killing people, you twats. You're really going to have to edit that. Sorry, Charlie.
Yeah. No, we really are live. Thank you, Jonathan.
Thanks, Charlie. Heat. That's the film. I'm definitely Pacino. I'm Pacino.